Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. Today's bonus game is One Up, which I was told is a little bit harder today. So we'll see if we struggle a bit more on that. So I'm going to start with logic, because it's a logic puzzle. All right, nothing on the right. So let's get some really good letters like S, T, R, N are the good ones. How about sting? That's fun. Just an A. All right, since we have two greens on the left, one green on the right, we're going to keep guessing the right to get the most info possible. How about like an EA word? Could end in Y in that case. Is there a word? Ready. Ready's not bad. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's see if we can figure out this left word. I think it might be just round. I think it's worth guessing. Yeah, okay, it was round. Okay, so the D is actually, we're probably like a DRA word on the right. So what's left for that? Can't be draft. Drape? No. Like, what can we do here? Drama. Ooh, drama's fun. Nice. Round drama. Cool. I think I did well to that on that one. Good decisions there. All right, let's move on. Let's do Fibble. So each guess starts, or each guess has a lie, including our starting word. So maybe one of these greens is supposed to be yellow or gray. Maybe one of the grays is supposed to be yellow or green. Starting with 3 greens, I would like to keep using them, but it would mean using the M or the A again somewhere. And I just don't see a word for that. So is it possible to do like move that P? At least then just keep using the positive info and assume that the P is yellow. I think pulley is 1L, but we'll try it. It accepted it. Okay, so we do have a contradiction, which is nice. Either this P is lying or this P is lying because they disagree. Because one of these two P's is lying, we can't have the L or Y's, these green ones, lying at all. Because if this green L is lying, that means this green L is also lying. And then we don't have any lies for the P's left. So we can just mark those as true. We could be just an Oli word. That would actually work really well. So it could be bully, fully, gully. Let's just try fully. Okay, so we can't be an Oli word anymore. So we actually have what I call an X-wing here, where one of these U's is lying and one of these L's is lying. That's both lies for the two guesses. So the PF, this LY can't be lying. It's only a little bit powerful. We know there's no P. That means this P was lying as gray. And so we either have this U lying, which means this L is true, meaning that L's lying, or we have this U lying, meaning there's a U in the word, but there's no L. I'm thinking that we're this way. So I'm thinking that we actually just end in LLY, and it's just a different vowel there. So we could do something like illy, like ILLY. Silly. That would be a silly guess, wouldn't it? Ooh, okay. So we know this Y is lying. And unfortunately, that means the rest of this is true. Meaning that's true, meaning that's a lie, meaning that's true, means that's a lie. So we actually have a U somewhere. And then we end in LY. And I don't really like ULY, which is why I put the U first. Ooh, what can we do here, though? You're ugly. No. UN, maybe un something ly, unelly. No, I don't see it. Is it really possible to have a ULY word? I don't see how. It just doesn't look right, does it? No, it doesn't. What if we like do like an OULY though? Still doesn't really look right. All right, I need to look at this a little bit longer. The ULY. Huh. Like ELY or OLY. You're very uncly. You're very uncle-like. You're uncly. No? I can't figure this out. What about like RULY? Does that work? Like cruelly? Like, is that how you spell that? No? I think there would be... I don't know how to spell cruelly, to be honest. I mean, I'm thinking there would be an E there. Gruely. I don't like that. E something ULY. O something ULY. None of this looks good. I could be here forever. I might have to do a filler. I just can't figure this out. Is there a ULY word? You know what I realized? We had an X-wing up here because one of these had to be a lie. The P or the L, they can't both be green there. So the PL lying and then oh, but then also it's not really an X-wing because one of these P's was lying as well. Interesting. Okay. So maybe it wasn't an X-wing. But I'm just going back over my logic here. I don't see how I could have made a mistake though. Everything just kind of worked out. So I don't think I have anything wrong. Like nothing is marked incorrectly. I just can't think of the word. Could there be a Q in the word? Problem is that like it would have to be QULY, and that's not going to happen. Every word with Q is followed by U and then another vowel. Every single 5-letter word. That would be an answer at least. Good to know, right? Do I know this word? I should. Unily. Ugly. Gully. Maybe there is an OULY. No. All right, I am going to have to do a filler. So I think I have to turn off hard mode here. So I'm going to guess... I was thinking about could, just to see if there's an O. And it might catch that L lying if I'm really lucky. Let's just try that first. Oh, it did catch the L lying. That's really nice. Okay, so we are ULY, and there's no O. So either there's only consonants left, or we use an E somehow. Is there an EULY somehow? That doesn't make any sense. Or E something ULY. Ebly, Airily, Etly, Eckly, Ezily. No. So we must be two consonants. We have an R. Gruely, Ruly, Cruelly, Bruly. Is Bruly a word? No. We repeat the U. Unnily, Ugly, Uckly, Ubberly, Utterly. No. I might have to do another filler then. So like trunk or something. I don't know. Just truly. Oh, truly. Why was that so hard to think of? It's such a weird word, isn't it? Why did I think of trunk and then not think, well, what if the TR screen is truly? Oh well. I mean, I did it. I didn't do hard mode today. That was really hard though. I don't know why. Just as a Wordle. What ends in ULY? Only truly, maybe? Anyway, let's move on. All right, let's play Betweenle. I'm going to start with Lucky. Ooh, we're like closer to Lucky than the end, but not that close. I don't have a good instinct here. Maybe an R word. Let's do an early R word, like rainy. Yeah, okay, so we're like early R. So my instinct was right there at least. Probably still RA. There's a lot of RA words. So what's like a later RA word? Or, you know, it doesn't even have to be that much later. Maybe rally? Okay, a little bit farther. Like RAM, RAN. Is there an RAN? Seems like there should be. A lot of words that end in S, like rants, which wouldn't be the answer, so I'd like to guess something else. Rings. Ran. I don't know. I could guess rapid and just see, but I think that's too far. Yeah, it is. It's way too far. Okay, we're halfway between rally and rapid. So it is an M or an N. Oops. Ran. I could guess rings just to see where we are around here, although it would be nice to get a 5 to get that trophy for that. So let's think a little bit harder. I'm not seeing a word. That's weird. And what RAM then? All right. I think I have to. I think I have to ask something like rings just to see where we are. It's not a word. Okay. It would be rings, I guess. Do I want to guess like ranks then? I guess so. Okay, so for RAN, we're a much earlier RAN, or we could be an RAM. Why can't I think of the word? I could guess ramps to see where we are. Just at this point, I just kind of try and get the answer here. RAM, certainly RAM then. Like RAM what? I can't do Ramu. No. Ramp. Is rampy a word? I think that's too close to ramps. We need to go a little bit farther from ramps. There might not be another one. Could be like a really early RAN? It's like Ramus, except Ramus is accepted. Wow, that didn't even move the needle. That should have. All right, I think we are RAN then. Ran. I don't think there's a Rana. Rants. All right, move to the needle a little bit. It's right after rants. Is there an RANC something? No. Wow. I thought I was going to get a 5. Now I'm going to get a 10 because I can't think of this word. Randy? Randy's too far. A little bit too far. Randu. Ran. Am I pronouncing this wrong? What's going on here? I'm just going to go through each of these. Randy. I don't see how it would be a consonant. Randu. What? Okay, so I fished out rands. We're between rands and rants, but there is not an earlier RAND. So we're RANC, and I just could not think. Branch. Oops. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay. Ranch. Happens sometimes, though. All right, let's play word 500, and let's start with ranch to punish ourselves there. All right, nothing from ranch. Okay. How about... I want the T, I want the E, I want the L, I want the S, something like that. We could do sleet. I don't know about the double letter, though. So, I like SL. Really, anything with SL is probably fine at this point. If I can get the T, that's a nice bonus. Or I could do ST. Ooh. How about stole? That's nice. 3 greens and stole. I have a lot of possibilities for what could be green, though. Let's say we were just STO and it's something else after STO, like stoop. 1 green. Ooh, okay. So only one of STO could possibly be green because there's only 1 green in stoop, meaning that L and E have to be green. And we have to pick one of this STO to be green. It's not going to be these ones. So we could end in OLE. That's certainly possible. Is there a good OLE word left? Well, E. Whole, but there's no H. I'm thinking maybe not. T second, you kind of have to put an S there, unless you've got a nice vowel to go before it, which we don't really. So I'm thinking S then, ending in LE. And then smile, something like smile would be great. Yeah, nice, smile in 4. All right, that was a fun one. I like that logic that you can do there where, okay, there was only one green in stoop. And so that means only one of STO could be green, which means that LE have to be green because only one of STO is. And we need 3 greens in stall. Really neat. All right, cool. Let's do polygonal. We have hexpert on. These letters repeat, these letters repeat. So if I do ing, that gets me both repeats, and it starts with in, which is, I'm sure we can find something that's in-ing. Just kind of think about it. Interesting, no. Investing doesn't fit. Come on, there's got to be something. In growing. In rowing. Endowing? Endowing. Ooh. I was very close. What is it? Inhaling? No. Let's try A here. Indatting, indaring, indaling, indapping, indabbing. Okay. Indelling. Indelling sounds like it might be a word. No. Indepping, enduring. Enduring. No? That's not how you spell enduring? That's E-N. Darn. Okay. Induping. What is this? Induing? Indating? Indaling? Indaping? Oh, come on. What is this word? Why can't I see it? I've had a bit of that today, huh? Indemming. No? It can't be. Maybe this isn't a vowel. Maybe it's like draying, indruing. I don't really see how we're putting another vowel before the ing. Okay. Inducing. No. Inducing's a word. Okay, but it's not the word. Okay, so it's not you. Dazing. Daving. I'm gonna try every A word, I guess. Dating sounded like it could be a thing. All right, not an A, so we'll try an E there. D'ing. If it ends up being a vowel here, that would be really interesting. I can't think what it would be. Indexing. There we go. Oh. I probably had an X filled in there. So, no, because I used the cursor. If I had filled the X, I would have seen it. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking about X. Okay, indexing makes sense. As a programmer, I should have seen that. All right, 21 ordinary words. I found several of them. A lot of them are ing, but not all of them. About half are ing, I'd say. Cool. Well, let's do the mini. Starts and ends with the same letter. Never know what to do with that. I like to try, like, this game sometimes has plurals. So let's try something like, I don't know, spans. Okay, no S there. What else do we want to try? Like an R? Like we could do like river. There is an R. I doubt the I repeats. So we're probably like I or something, like dired or tired. Or like what would go here? Huh. Can we... Oh, no, the I can't even go there. So if the I and the R don't repeat, the R definitely doesn't. It'd be like this. Ah, like dried. I tried dired, but not dried. That's funny. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Okay, let's move on. Let's do Symble. I'll start with Blaze. Okay, so the Z caught one again. So we like to try... So basically, the symbols are random each time, but they mean one of three things, and there's a distinct symbol for each of the three things. I kin them to gray, yellow, green, and Wordle, but I think that's not a good idea because they work differently. So instead, I'm going to say one symbol means that none of the letters in my guess go in that slot. So for example, I'm assuming that this yellow star is that one, the none symbol, meaning that the BLAZE don't go, none of them go in the first slot, second slot, third slot, or last slot. Cannot put BLAZE in any of those. The next symbol, which I used to akin to yellow, but it's not the same, is that one of the letters I guessed does go in that slot. And I'm going to assume that this purple flame is that one. So meaning that this fourth slot, it's not a Z, because then that would have been the same slot symbol. So the third symbol is, yes, you got that slot correct. That letter does go there. And so because it's not that symbol, it means we don't have a Z here. And I'm assuming that because Z is very uncommon. And that's why I include Z in my guess. But what it does mean is that a B, L, A, or E does go in that slot. And I like to try the E there. I like to try an ER word. So I pick a random ER word every time. How about, I was going to say dryer, but I don't really want to repeat the R right now. So let's just do a more traditional one. Let's do power. All right, so this orange heart is our new symbol, which we're going to assume means that it's the, in fact, we know that this means it's the correct letter in the correct slot. I'd akin that to green and Wordle. It does work the same as green and Wordle. So ER is definitely at the end. Now this third slot is saying, hey, there's a different letter in power going there, but we're not allowed to use the ER for that because the ER already got clued as correct. That you cannot use the same letter in multiple clues. So the ER are definitely at the end of the word, and this third letter is a P or an O. So I'm going to assume that we were PER for now. We could guess upper. No, so here's the problem with upper. The reason it cannot be upper is because it prefers cluing to the left. So this second slot would have said, oh yes, there's a P here. If the answer was upper, it would have said, oh yes, there's a P there. So clue this P there. So this would have been the blue flame or purple flame, whatever color that is. And then the third slot wouldn't have had another P available, so it would have been the yellow sun. So that's why it can't be upper. There's probably another word that I can do here. Can't do wiper. There's no W. Duper? I don't know if I like duper. How about super? That would be a super guess. All right, so what this tells us is that we got PER correct, but SU is not. So S and U aren't in the word. This is equivalent to getting gray, gray, green, 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 and Wordle, but it happens to be equivalent. It's not because the clues work exactly the same way. How about typer? That's fun. Not a word? Someone who types? A typer? Weird. Okay, what else? And again, there's not going to be another P because we guessed a P over here. Or really, we guessed a P that ended up yellow and it clued it as right as possible. So we're not going to have another P. We could have another E. Yes, we could have another E because no, we cannot have another E because this E clued through the fourth slot. So yeah, there's not another E. There's not another P. Maybe hyper then instead of typer. Hyper. There we go. I found it. Okay. Hopefully you understand Symble a little bit better. I think probably the mistake I've been making is calling them gray, green, yellow, because that's confusing because that isn't they have a color, right? It's different every time, but they have a color. But also they don't work the same as Wordle, so why am I calling it that? Anyway. All right, well, let's move on. Let's do Fusele, blind Fusele here. So yeah, let's just start with hyper then. I like that. So these blues work like the symbol yellows that I just explained in the last puzzle. So that means that a different letter in our guess goes in those slots. So maybe we're like an RE here, right? Like this R clued to here and this E clued to here. This twist here, we're gonna get. So this twist here was just instead of yellows, we get the blues. Otherwise, everything else works the same. Well, really, it's Symble-like cluing, right? And then here, with an R here, the twist here is that yellows and greens are ambiguous. So we won't know. We will know if it's gray, but we won't know if it's yellow or green. It'll be one or the other. We could guess. I was gonna say we guess green, but there is no E here. This would have been a green. So how about great? Great is a great guess. All right, so I'm going to assume that this REA was correct, even though we don't know if they're green or yellow, but unfortunately I can't actually. In fact, I have to put a vowel here, and there is no vowel. I guess technically this could be an E. All right, I think we could do an ER. Okay, so let me explain. This twist here is that in these dotted lines, I have to put a vowel. It doesn't mean that the answer has vowels there. It just is saying, hey, you got to put vowels there in this guess. So if that happens to not match an answer, then it doesn't match an answer. Sorry. But we could try ending with A. It feels like there should be a word for this, right? But I can't see it. Is versa a word? Versa's a word. I'm gonna guess that. All right, they're all yellow. I'm not surprised. I think that we got REA correct here. Now this is like Fibble. We played for Fibble earlier in this video. It means that one of our colors will be a lie. Unless we get the answer right, then it'll still be all green. But I could guess something like freak. All right, so I think the REA was correct, and I think obviously this F can't be lying, because if it was lying as yellow, that would make no sense. There's nowhere else for it to be. If it was lying as green, we would have gotten the answer. So I think this K is lying, and we just are REA. Now here's the problem: we have to guess a repeated letter. By the way, we still haven't actually proven it's REA. So we could do that by guessing areas, but I know it's not areas because there's no S. So I think the better thing to do here is do a filler, and we have to repeat a letter in our guess, which is the reason I don't think we repeat any letters in our guess, in our answer. So what should I do? Like fully or something? No. Oh no, there's no F, sorry. It didn't color the keyboard with the F or K because there's a lie in the guess, and it doesn't make any assumptions for you. What do we think the answer is? Like, probably no F or K. Almost certainly no F or K. So is like preen a word? No. Dream. It could be dream. So maybe I should try like dummy just to see if it's dream. Ooh, so it's probably ream, but it's not dream. So it's cream. There we go. Got it. I didn't explain this twist because I was figured I would get the answer, but this twist was going to give us hints on whether each slot we guessed close by in the alphabet. All right, let's play one up. So the way this works is each row and column has been divided into segments sometimes. So this column is not divided into segments, but this one is. This column has a line here, so it's in 2 segments. This row has been divided into 2 segments as well. You can kind of see that with the bold lines. And so each segment, each row and column segment, we take its length, we call that n, and it needs the digits, exactly ones each 1 to n. So for example, I need a 1 and a 2 to go in this segment, and then I need 1 through 5 to go in this segment. But also in this column, I need 1 through 7. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so something I'm seeing in this column's gonna need a 7, and there's only 2 places we can put it, because you're not allowed to put a 7 in a segment that doesn't go up to 7. So only this segment and this segment go to 7. I wonder if either of these are limited. So this row needs a 7, and it could go in here or here. This row needs a 7, which could go here or here as well. Or here. All right. I'm going to see if I can solve this without notation, but I might resort to notation on this one. I heard this one was a little harder than ones I've done before. But let's see. I'm going to need a 6 in this row. Maybe that's helpful, because this can't be 6. There's already 6 in the column. Can't repeat a 6 in that segment. This can't be 6 because it's 4 long. This could be 6. This can't be. This is filled with a 2. This is 5 long. Yeah, there we go. So we get our first digit. This is a 6. We'll just place the 6 there. And so now this row is going to need a 6. It's not here. It's not here. So it needs a 6, and it's going to end up here. This is the only one that can be 6 vertically. So we're going to place that 6 there. And now we can think about 7s, I think, because we needed a 7 in this row. That can't be, that can't be, that can't be, that can't be. So this is the 7 for the row. And now this row needs a 7, and it can't be here anymore. So this is the only one that can be 7, because we filled that with a 6. So we place the 7 there. All right, does every 7 length segment have a 7 now? I think it does. No, this one doesn't. So where does it get its 7? Ah, it gets a 7 here, and this segment needs a 7 as well. So that's great. That's the 7 for both. Yeah, that's the only place in this column and this row that we could put a 7. And I think that was true from the start, so I just missed that. Okay. Now here, we are going to need a 3 in this segment, and this 3 here tells us not here. And this can't be a 3 because it can only be 1, 2 for that row. So this is the 3 for that segment. And now we need 1 and 2 here, but we don't know the order they go in yet. Here we need 1 and 2, and that's just given because we have this 2 here. So that's 1 and 2. Here we need a 1, 2, but that could go in any order. Let's think about the rest of this row. It needs a 2, 4, and 5. So unfortunately, I think that's pretty open. Okay, how about this row? We need a 3, 4, and 5. Also pretty open. Right, this column needs 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is a naked single. It can't be 1 or 2, and it needs to be from 1, 2, 3 for vertically. So this is a 3. And now we need 1 and 2 to finish this off. This is a 1, this is a 2. All right, now we need 1, 2, 3 across here. And I think 1, 3 are both available either way. All right. Okay, what's left for this row, though? We have 1, 2, 3. We need 4 and 5. I think they could... Is this limited in 5? No, 5 could be here or here. This is 1 or 3. Okay. Still trying to do this notation free. We'll see if I succeed. We need 1, 2 here. I don't see how to finish that yet. Interesting. Okay, let's see if there's I may resort to notation soon, but we'll see. This is interesting here. So we know that there's a 1, 2 here, and we know there's a 1, 2 here. So those are the 1, 2s for these columns. The columns can't have more 1, 2s. So these need to be from 3, 4, right? So I'd notate this, but I'm trying to do this notation free. I'm sorry. Maybe I should be notating, but anyway. You can see how this segment needs 1 and 2, and this segment needs 1 and 2. And so as a result, those are the 1, 2s that we get for these two columns. And so these can't be 1, 2 also. Think about it this way. If I put a 1 here, this can't be 1 and this can't be 1, so both of these segments would need a 1 here, and that breaks this segment. So actually, I don't know. There's a segment here that kind of gets in the way. Okay, at the very least, we can say that this needs to be from 1, 2, and this needs to be from 1, 2. So those are where the 1, 2s go. Because the 1 will be 1, 1 will be 2 for this segment, and then this can't be 4 either. And for this segment, for the horizontally, this segment, it needs to be from 1, 2, 3, 4. It can't be 1, 2, and it can't be 4. So this is a 3. And then now this is the 5. In fact, I could have placed the 5. I could have done that way. I could have placed the 5 and then the 3. I didn't have to use the 1, 2 pair. This was the only place for 5 in this segment. And then now these are down to 1, 2. Okay, I need a 3 in this row. No, I don't need a 3 in this row. Never mind. I need 1, 2, 4, and... What do I need? 1, 2, and 4. That's it. Well, 4 in this row can only go here now. It's the only vertical that can be 4. And then we're left with 1, 2, which is ambiguous at this point. Is this still ambiguous? Yeah, we need 4, 5. I do need a 4 in this row, but there's still 2 places for it. All right, what else can we find here? Right, this cell here. This segment vertically needs to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, but we already have a 4, so it's from 1, 2, 3, and it can't be 1 or 3. So this is a 2. Now this can't be, oh no, it can be 3. Sorry, I misscanned that. This is from 1 or 3, this is from 1 or 3, but either seem possible. I'm still getting used to scanning this puzzle. Let's see, we need 3, 4, 5 across here. I think if I'd notated, we'd probably be done by now. I just thought it would be fun to try without notation. So So what's left? Maybe there's an obvious thing I haven't tried yet. I need a 5 in this row. Maybe that's helpful, because that can't be 5, that can't be 5. Oh, any of these 3 could be 5. Darn. That's pretty open. Okay. I need 1, 2, and 4 across here. Not really much to do with that. I need 1, 2, and 3 across here. Yeah, I think this one it might be hard enough that it warrants notation, to be honest. It might be doable without, but I am going to start notating. I probably should have done that from the start. That's all right. So we know that this is from 1, 2 as well as this. We know this is from 1, 2 as well as that. This is from 1, 2 vertically, and this is from 1, 2 just for the... All of these are from 1, 2. I need a 1, 3 here and a 1, 3 here. In fact, this is from 1, 2, 3. Ah, this is what I didn't notice. This is what notation really helps with. This segment here needs a 2, and this can't be 2, and that can't be 2. So we can place the 2 here. Does that help me more than just that, though? Let's see. We know this is from 1, 3, and this is from 1, 3, and that does make a 1, 3 pair here. So the remaining 2 here are, see, we have 1, 2, 3, we need 4 and 5. So this is from 4, 5, and this is from 4, 5. I don't think that's resolved. This segment, let's see, are there any small, yeah, this segment here horizontally needs 4 and 5 as well. This segment needs 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, and 3, 4, 5. Not really resolved. This segment here needs 4 and 5. Okay. So that makes a 4, 5 pair here. So this can't be 4, 5, which makes it a 3. That means this can't be 3. And this is the 1, 3, and 1. Nice. Okay. So there were some pairs in this one. That's nice. And notation really helps with that. I do need a... Wait, I can't have a 5 vertically here. So this is the 4, this is the 5. That's 4 and 5. We know this is from 1, 2, 3. And it can't be 3 because of the vertically. We have a 3 there. This can only be 2, 3, and this can be any of 1, 2, 3. 3 vertically for this column, this segment, vertical segment can't be. Has to be 3 here because it can't be 3 here or here. Notation definitely helps. 1, 2, 4. I think this can be any of 1, 2, 4. In fact, this is from 2, 4. Sorry, 2, 4. This for vertically here. Oh no, this can't be a 3. Sorry, can't be a 3. So we need this is a 1, 2 pair, making this a 4, which makes that a 5 and a 4 and a 5. Okay. This cannot be 1, so this is from 2, 3 to finish the row. I'm calling it a row, even though it's a row segment. I don't know. So 4 in this column only goes here. 2, 3 left, 1, 2 left, 1, 2. Still getting used to scanning this. So I probably over-penciled something. What did I over-pencil? There's a 1 here. That's it. So that's 3, that's 1. That's 2, that's 1. We get the 3 here. That's 2. 1 and 2. That's a 2. Oops, undo. Okay, that's a 1. That gives us 2 and 1 here. That gives us 2, 1, and 2, and we're done. All right. Yeah, it took me 10:55. I would have gone way smoother if I just started using notation, but I was trying to see if this could be done notationless, and maybe it could have been, but it's a difficult scan for sure. So yeah, this was definitely harder than the previous ones I've done. Still, I would call it fairly, in terms of Sudoku terms, as long as you're allowing yourself to use notation, it's pretty straightforward. Just use some pairs. But yeah, pretty neat anyway. I liked this level of difficulty at least. If you were trying to do this notationless, I think this would be a good difficulty for that. If you're using notes, I mean, it's just a quick little puzzle then. Cool. Well, hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.